Good morning, guys. Welcome to today's Gunner Talk. I'm gonna crack on. First thing, that's done my head in for the last couple of days. Liverpool fans, fucking stupid scousers. I mean, I hate them anyway because I'm a mank, but they're giving me extra reasons at the minute. What an awful fan base. My mission today is to find a Liverpool fan that's not a deluded fucking dick. It's going to be tough, but it's going to take me all day, so I've put everything else to one side and dedicating the next 8 hours to trying to find one. Just mind-blowing. I've risen to a couple of them talking bollocks about our team. If our team's that awful, how come we've managed to keep winning trophies? Apparently got the best team in the world, you still haven't won fuck all. I'll tell you what that is, because you've got a beta mentality. We're an alpha fucking mentality. We're a big side, you're not. These guys, either they've got Cater as the fucking Avi, Emily Sande, or whatever his fucking name is, and Salah as the pictures. And I'll do a bit of profiling. I'll assume that these ones that keep ranting that our team's crap and, Karius is better than our goalkeeper, blah, 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 all that shit. I'm guessing they're under 22, they're single, they live with their parents, and they work at JD or Argos. And they're not even the ones that, have a fresh trim that stand trying to sell you trainers either, or give you a pen to scratch down your order in Argos. These are the ones that they keep in the back that are fugly as fuck. That they don't want to unleash onto the innocent public. That's the only way I can make any sense of it, really. It's either that or they've been cryogenically frozen since the 80s and they've woke up still thinking they're relevant. I don't know. I'm trying to make excuses for the wankers, but there's not many. The stuff about their team's better than ours. I'll be honest, they've got some decent players. How many would make it into our first team? Van Dijk would, Robertson would, Salah. I wouldn't have any of the rest of their players over some of ours. That's just me being honest. They've spent a fucking fortune now. No more excuses for Klopp's, the bollocks he came out with that, I'll never be one of those money managers. Like what City and Man United do, Chelsea do, blah, blah, blah. Well, you are now, mate. You've put yourself in that bracket. And you're about to either become a decent side or the biggest banter side of the last fucking decade. You've been a banter side for the last decade anyway. You'd think you'd have learnt from this is our year talking that shit when Gerrard slipped and you binned it. You'd think you'd have taught some humility from that. You've obviously not learnt, so you're going to carry on ranting and raving. So I'm just going to fucking sit back and laugh at you. If you go on and win the league, fair enough. You've got it's not going to be through good management. It'll be through just buying the best fucking players going. If you don't, you lot are going to have to turn your social media off for fucking 6 months because you're going to get an absolute hammering. So that's my rant this morning. I did my purge last night and binned off a load of fucking who I thought were alright scousers, but they're not. They're fucking idiots. So I'm getting rid of all the negativity off my timeline. Can't be doing with it. I don't mind a differing opinion, but one that's just fucking bollocks. And then it's, if you tell them the truth, it's you're a nonce, you die, all that shit. You just scream fucking 10-year-old to me, and I can't be arsed, I'm a grown man. So that's that out of the way. Another thing that's annoyed me is people looking at other people's business and saying, well, we haven't got the money to compete, we should be spending these sorts of amounts on players. These amounts, like I've always said, these amounts don't equate to getting a good player. They don't. Sometimes it might work out. Not all the time it doesn't. And I'm happy with the business we've done. I think there's plenty of money at the club. I've said this loads of times. We're one of the top 10 richest clubs in the world, and we've got one of the top 100 richest men in the world as our owner. There's fucking money there. He's just a knob. I said it last year to the likes of DT and all the rest of it who were Wenger out. Getting Wenger out wouldn't change everything. Getting Kroenke out would. And I still stand by that. This guy's a fucking dick. And I think if his lad Josh hadn't have come in, we'd still be in the same shit situation we've been in for the last 10 years. So I don't buy into that one at all. I don't think, so you look at, I don't know, for example, we've got Torreira for 22 million. Well, there's plenty of teams that have spent double, treble that this year. Have they got a better player? Not in my opinion. We're about to find out. So I don't think the whole money thing equates to anything, to be honest. I think it's a shit argument. Other things from yesterday, seeing Cazorla back on the pitch, I love the little man. I was glad we got rid of him because I just don't think we can keep pumping crazy wages into people that we might never see play again. I've mentioned this before, but it's awesome to see him back on the pitch. You know, from the fight that this guy's had over the last few years to get his playing career back, he just shows the strength of the man, and I applaud him. Nothing but impressed by him, and God bless you, Santi, you little magician. I hope you kick ass now and kick on, and enjoy the last few years of your career. Other bullshit from yesterday. Cech to Chelsea. I mean, I'm praying that's fucking true. But there's some of the things that I've seen some of you saying, oh, well, this is the extra funds we need. How much do you think we're going to get for Cech? I'd be happy to watch him go out the door for nothing and just give his wages to Ramsey to stay. Just as long as he's shifted, I don't care what we get for him. I don't care if it's 50p, 2 goats and a camel or what. I'm not fucking bothered. Just get him out the door, get him gone. And I've said in previous Gunner talks that Martinez and Macy are just as good as fucking Cech and Ospina for me. It's just they've not been given a chance to prove it, and I hope this year they will be. And they come for a lot less money. You know, I'm sure both of them probably are only on the same wages as just Ospina, so we're saving a fortune there, and we're no worse off. So that's one for me. And yeah, this whole extra funds thing makes me fucking giggle. You know, like the 2-3 million quid we'll get for Czech's the difference between us signing Mbappe or not. It's fucking baffling, some of our fans' mentality. Other things I've seen about him, who would you have coming the other way? Giroud. Why the fuck would we want Giroud back? What is wrong with some of you guys? You've got to get past this personal fucking obsession with a player. He wasn't that good. He did a job, but he's not that good. He kept us average. Look at what we've got now. And, you know, we've got Aubameyang and Laka, probably the best two strikers in the fucking league, or 2 of the top 5 in the Premier League, and people want Giroud back. What the fuck is wrong with you people? I'm just baffled by it. They're talking about Kale in a swap deal. Why would we want Kale? We've only just managed to get rid of fucking Mertesacker. Just fucking mind-blowing, absolutely mind-blowing. And it's the same with Welbeck. I told you guys yesterday he's getting sold. It's all over the fucking media outlets now. That's happening. I told you just for common sense reasons you could work out yourself that we'd be getting rid of him. And then people saying he's a good squad player like Giroud. He might be an average squad player, but the problem we had is that these squad players were our first team, and that was the fucking big problem. And I'm so glad to see all this shit getting sold. Monreal's another one for me. I'd happily see this guy out the door. I think he's average. Somebody said to me this morning he's been one of our best players the last few years. Who have you been fucking watching? Because it's not him. He scores a few goals, yeah. Watch how he defends. He's a big part of that calamity that was our back fucking line last year, and I can't forgive him for that. And I think it'd just make perfect sense to bin him now. If not, just keep him for one more year, but we'd have to be looking at a replacement now. Yeah, well, it's got to go for me. Got to go. Get 20 mil in, 15, 20 mil, whatever we can get for him. Get him fucking gone. Yeah, and this is it, you know, like I say, this was my main gripe seeing this stuff, is that there's so many fans out there that want us to progress, but they don't want us to get rid of the average players that are stopping us from doing that, and that just blows my mind. And like I say, these guys are squad players that are playing in our first team. We can't afford that anymore. We need upgrades. We've started to do that. Let's continue. Get rid of more of this shite. Rumours about players coming in. Malcolm, I've seen a few of you upset that Everton are talking to him. I don't think we ever had any genuine interest in him. I said this for 3 or 4 months ago, and I'll say it again now. I don't think we were ever genuinely interested in him. I think it was just his agent talking to get the ball rolling. So that's not happening for me. Bernard, don't see that happening. I don't think he's good enough. Max Meyer's in the same bracket for me. I don't think they're much of an upgrade on what we've got already in the young lads. I'd rather see Ainsley and Emile Smith-Rowe thrive in the middle, and Guendouzi then pay crazy money and wages for these dicks to turn up. Gomez the same. I don't think there's any genuine interest from us in him at all. Coleman is the only one. I think there's a bit of truth in that. I think he is the sort of player we'd be trying to get in. And the Dembele stuff that I said to you guys, if he becomes available on loan, I think would be his first choice destination. It's just whether that actually happens or not. And it's interesting to see yesterday that I've told you guys for months that there was going to be a winger/striker merry-go-round and a goalkeeper merry-go-round. And yesterday it looks like this is actually starting to kick off now, especially the goalkeeper one, Courtois going one way, Alisson going another. So that's all interesting. One goalkeeper that I thought about yesterday is Butland. He's in the Championship, he's way too good for that. I'm amazed nobody's coming in for him at all. I wished we'd have gone in for him. I'm not upset with Leno, but I'd have happily have had Butland. So it's going to be an interesting one, and one to keep an eye on for the next few days. And I'm going to wait for us to step on this merry-go-round at some point, which I'm sure we are going to do, especially in the winger bracket. So yeah, that's it from me today, guys. Bit of a rant, I'm sorry about that, but just things have been getting on really on my tits the last few days, so I had to get them out there. Have a nice day, guys. Whatever you're doing, enjoy yourselves. Come on, you Gooners.